haciendo para todos los bailadores con esta rola que dice...
Ohio gozaimasu, gamers. And let me ask you a question. Would you help your Uncle Jack off a horse? I'll repeat myself. Would you help your uncle jack off a horse? Same thing. I said the exact same thing. There's no double entendres to it. Would you answer differently if you didn't have an Uncle Jack? Huh? Maybe you got an uncle named Jerk. Your uncle's kind of a jerk. Would you help your uncle jerk off a horse? Does he have a horse? Doesn't matter if that horse had a... Are you helping your uncle or no? I'm sure we're all familiar with the wordplay being executed here. As somebody who understands grammatics, of course I would help my Uncle Jack off a horse. Because I love my Uncle Jack, and I'd help him with whatever activities he needs help with. And also, horse semen is some of the most expensive fluids in the world. I could sell it to purchase more memes. Not everybody understands grammatics, obviously. Twitter is full of individuals that want to share ideas without thoroughly grasping the English language. Take, for instance, this individual. Very happy about the idea of the female genitalia, and who wouldn't be? I love pussy as much as pussy loves me. But you need to express that better, more accurately. You're trying to let your dogs know that you really into bitches? Acceptable. But this sentence? Dog is the best. That's how this reads when you don't put a comma in there, my dude. That's not okay. What, should I be putting on a fursuit, fire up Firefox, and watch an episode of Fetch with Ruff Ruffman? No, I'm not touching this tweet. This tweet's been going around for years. It's one of those tweets that you'll see that'll have like a follow-up comment that's like, how do I delete a tweet? Or something like that. Shit's hilarious. The comma is truly saving this man's life. When you do see an iteration of this tweet that's got the comma that reads dog, pussy the best. Like, that's how that should be read. This is accompanied by my other favorite tweet of all time, which is, call me Ben, because all my bitches 10. Which, it's the same energy. It's the same level of dog. You wanna double think that one before you hit that send tweet button? Speaking of questionable pussy on the internet, we gotta talk about how F1NN5TER has found himself banned on Twitch. If you guys don't know who F1NN5TER is by name, I'm sure you'll probably know who he is from the images of him. He was the face of the submissive and breedable meme, thanks to Know Your Meme posting an article with him as the mascot for said meme. F1NN5TER is a British cross-dressing Twitch streamer. He gained a ton of popularity from playing Minecraft, but then lost a bet to one of his friends and had to dress up like a girl, go on Omegle, and those streams gained a tremendous amount of popularity because F1NN5TER's kind of hot.
Say peacock and no one bats an eye. Say poopcock and society calls me gay.
Because of the popularity of his initial cross-dressing, F1NN5TER made it a Twitch goal that enough people subscribed or donated money, then he would dress up like a girl for the stream. And so many people donated said money that F1NN5TER's pretty much permanently dressed up as a girl through every Twitch stream I have ever seen the dude in. So why did F1NN5TER get banned? After a few days of speculation, F1NN5TER gets confirmation from Twitch themselves that the reason that he was banned was because of an overt amount of focus on female presenting breasts. According to the Twitch policies, you cannot have a stream that is overly focused on genitalia or female presenting breasts. So you can't just be shaking your tits or rubbing your boobs or anything of the sort if you're a girl. It's completely fine if you're a male playing with your chest. Knowing F1NN5TER's situation, this might be the funniest Twitch ban in the history of Twitch bans. At this moment, there are people in bikinis sitting in a kiddie pool in their living room to milk the most out of how much skin they can show on Twitch, and that's completely fine. It's even got its own category. But F1NN5TER, the dude who doesn't even have real boobs, found himself getting banned while adjusting his bra because that was seen as too much focus on female presenting breasts. This is the funniest Twitch ban in the history of Twitch bans. F1NN5TER, I hope you get your account back very quickly and you can get back into the swing of things, because this definitely seems hilarious to say the least. Although I do appreciate the time to let my wrists heal from their soreness. That's enough about F1NN5TER and his gender-bending shenanigans. Let's move on to a normal meme that's a little bit more acceptable to your Christian moral values, huh? What's popular this week? Ah, yes. Gay porn. I mean, what more do I really need to say about this one? It's literally just gay porn. Like, that's all this animation and these like reimagined screen caps are from a animation studio known as Animan Studios. And they just make like old school flash quality gay porn. I don't know how else to describe it. The shit that you used to see on like funnyjunk.com in the early 2000s. There's a few different animations that people have sort of cropped and clipped together to make it relatively safe for work, and it's got different bits of music and some of the more hilarious expressions on the background characters during these animations have been memed over and over and over again, taking forms of different fandoms, much like back when they had the choking edits from The Last of Us 2. It feels very much like that. But don't be mistaken, as funny as this meme may be, let's not forget, it's literally gay porn. This animation is titled Axel in Harlem, and it tells the story of an individual in old school New York who was such a heartthrob for all the other men in New York that they simply couldn't resist him and his big fat juicy ass, as he would invite all of them back to his penthouse and sleep with all of them in a Newgrounds era style flash porn parody. I guess not parody because it's an original. Anyway, the expressive faces of the individual, they're spinning, what are these called? Bow ties. The faces that they have as they're thirsting over this dude's big fat juicy ass has actually been memed in like Spanish Latin American Twitter. They've been putting over Spanish music over the funny little animations that they've got of him walking around and the other dudes chasing after him. I just think is great. Like, yeah, it's gay porn. Like, it's not necessarily the thing I'm gonna go out and search for, but I still have the same appreciation for 18 plus not safe for work animations being taken into the main meme sphere, just the same as I did with like Anka or the whole clown pussy thing. Like, I just think this is the funniest shit ever, that somebody in the midst of jerking off to gay porn decided, you know what? I may be a little distracted with my arousal at the moment, but this would make for a pretty good meme. And the fact that he executed on that idea to the point where it's now trending on Twitter, hats off to you, my dude. I'd hand you a napkin, but I don't know where you are. Next meme. Hungry Burger is finally getting support in Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game. If you guys don't know what Hungry Burger is, it is probably one of the worst cards to ever be in early Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it was just terrible. But I loved this card so much. At the time, Hungry Burger was probably my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card if you don't include Dark Magician Girl, for obvious reasons. Hungry Burger sucked. If you don't know how Yu-Gi-Oh! Works, in order to bring out a monster that is more than 4 stars, you have to sacrifice a lower level monster to bring it out. Hungry Burger was a ritual monster, which meant not only do you have to sacrifice another monster to bring it out, but you also have to have the card hamburger recipe in your hand in addition to Hungry Burger. What is the benefit for this unnecessarily intricate summoning requirement? Nothing, because Hungry Burger objectively kind of sucks. But now he's getting support. I would argue 10 to 15 years too late, but better than never. The new support cards look like they're all based on French cuisine, although they're printed in Japanese and the article I'm reading is being translated to English. So there's literally no chance that I'm going to pronounce any of this right, or if any of this is completely true. But nonetheless, I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too, for no reason in particular. I remember being 14 years old with like 3 copies of Hungry Burger and 3 copies of Hamburger Recipe and nothing but like equip spell cards and Swords of Revealing Light, just hoping and praying to God that I could successfully get this monster out and actually take one of my opponent's life points down to 0 with this meme-ass ritual card. And I don't even think I successfully got one out on the field ever. But these new support cards, These new support cards, bro. They're reprinting Hungry Burger. They're reprinting Hamburger Recipe. I've got an excuse to buy more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I can bring out Hungry Burger with a counter trap. I can bring it out like a kaiju. Now this game's getting better. Transition. Did I just hear you insult the President of the United States? You clearly don't understand our power level. Get him, Joe. I love this meme. I love turning Joe Biden into like a fighting game character. This is so great when you get to see very political figures get turned into memes that themselves aren't very political at all. That's my favorite as a dude who doesn't really follow politics much. This image of Joe Biden holding out his hand like he's Genos in One Punch Man about to fucking obliterate one of the S-class monsters. This was taken from a YouTube video that used this image as like I think Joe Biden was like putting a halt to some policy, so they used this image of him. And this has been taken, because it's hilarious how they Photoshop this together, right? This has been taken and turned into like a Kameo wave or something. Like it's called the Biden blast. Like Joe Biden suddenly, like he's got the ability to go Super Saiyan. And it's just been replied to people on Twitter. It's got absolutely no relation to anything. It's just like, yo, whatever. I didn't read whatever you say. Shut up. Get Biden blasted. It's the best. You've also got the Biden bolt. Very fast-paced. Don't get this confused with the Biden blast. I know there's a lot of alliteration going on, but this is a movement-based skill. You don't need to worry about taking damage from this one, but it greatly increases his agility. You've got the Biden shout, which is just based on an AI-generated image of Joe Biden. I don't really know what situation you would need this for. You know, this isn't helping me get through Whitney's milk tank anytime soon, but it's funny. Thank you for making it to the end of yet another episode of the MEMELOAF. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss any of my videos coming out. Big shout out to the Patreon boy scrolling in the back, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.